Here's what most women get wrong about class after 40. They think it is about refinement, better clothes, better posture, better vocabulary, and yes, those things signal something. But the women who genuinely command rooms after 40 are not doing more. They are doing less, with far greater precision. They have made a quiet, private decision about who they are, and everything they do is simply the evidence of that decision. The 7 behaviors I'm about to give you are not habits you perform. They are decisions that become automatic once you make the internal shift first. That distinction is everything. 1. She has stopped explaining herself. I was at a dinner last spring. There was a woman at the table I had never met. She said very little. She listened completely. She moved without urgency. When she did speak, 4 sentences, maybe 5, every person at that table turned toward her. Not because of what she said, because of what she had been signaling all evening before she said a single word. Afterward, the host, a woman who runs a family office, someone who has spent 30 years reading rooms professionally, leaned over to me and said, "You can always tell the women who have done the internal work." That sentence has stayed with me since, because she was not talking about money. She was not talking about where someone went to school or what they wear or how they decorated their home. She was talking about something else entirely, something that becomes available to a woman, specifically after a certain age. After 40, the signals shift. The things that read as class in a room of 25-year-olds become noise. What reads as class after 40 is something quieter, more internal, more earned. This is the internal shift that changes everything else. Not rudeness, not coldness. The quiet, permanent decision that her choices, what she wears, what she orders, how she spends her time, what she declines, do not require a defense. I have watched this in rooms for 15 years. The women who read as genuinely high class after 40 are not the ones with the most polished explanations. They are the ones who stop needing to explain it all. They say, "I'd rather not." They say, "That doesn't work for me." And then they stop. No elaboration, no apology, no smile that asks for permission. A study from the University of California found that over-explanation in social contexts is consistently read by observers as low status, regardless of the quality of the explanation itself. The explanation signals uncertainty. The silence signals certainty. A corporate attorney in my network, she made partner at 41, told me this once with complete directness. She said, "The moment I stopped justifying my decisions to people who hadn't earned the right to question them, everything changed. The room recalibrated." That recalibration is available to every woman. It begins with the internal decision that you are no longer auditioning. Before I move to the next behavior, I want to mention something. Everything I'm building in this video lives inside a guide I created specifically for this community. It is called The Undeniables Blueprint, 30 days of the complete internal curriculum, the specific daily habits of thought, presence, grooming, and standard that produce the woman people feel before they can name. It goes far beyond what I can cover in any single video. The link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. If you are serious about this work, it was made for you. Now, back to what matters. 2. She regulates her reactions in public. After 40, emotional reactivity is the single most visible class signal. Not because emotion is weakness, because unmanaged emotion in public tells everyone watching that you are not yet in control of your own interior. Composure is not suppression. A study published in the journal Emotion out of Columbia University found that women who demonstrated consistent emotional regulation in professional and social settings were rated significantly higher in perceived status, competence, and leadership readiness than their peers. The ratings held regardless of age. But the effect became more pronounced, not less, after 40, because by 40, people expect you to have done this work. And if you haven't, the room notices. The quietly exceptional woman does not perform composure. She has built it, one private decision at a time, until the reaction she wants to have and the reaction that serves her have become the same thing. When something unsettles her, she pauses. When someone challenges her, she considers. When she is angry, she chooses. That gap between impulse and response, that is where class lives. 3, she has made peace with her age, specifically, not tolerance, not acceptance under protest. A genuine, specific, decided peace with the decade she is in. This one is subtle, and it is visible from across a room. There is a particular kind of strain that appears on a woman who is trying, quietly but constantly, to be younger than she is. The way she references her age apologetically. The way she defers to younger women as if their time has passed. The way she treats 40 or 50 as a sentence rather than an arrival. A study from Yale's School of Public Health, the most comprehensive of its kind, found that women with positive self-perceptions of their own aging lived on average 7.5 years longer than those with negative perceptions. 7.5 years. The internal relationship a woman has with her own age is not private. It shows in how she holds herself. It shows in how she speaks about her own experience. And the woman who has genuinely made peace with where she is, who carries her years not as a liability, but as a record of what she has survived and built, that woman reads unmistakably as someone who belongs anywhere she decides to go. 4. She listens more than she speaks, and does it completely. I want to be precise about this because there is a version of it that is a performance and a version that is genuine. The performance is polite silence while waiting for your turn. The genuine version is full reception, the kind where you are actually receiving what another person is offering. After 40, this habit carries more weight than it ever did before. A study from the University of Minnesota on social perception found that women who demonstrated complete attentiveness in conversation, through stillness, eye contact, and the absence of interruption, were consistently rated as more intelligent, more authoritative, and more trustworthy. The rating did not come from what they said, it came from how they listened. A woman I know, she sits on 3 boards, she manages significant capital, once told me, "The most powerful thing I ever did for my professional reputation was stop trying to sound smart in every meeting and start making every person I was with feel completely heard." The room does not remember the woman who talked the most. The room remembers the woman who made them feel seen. That is not a social habit. It is a signal of internal security so deep it no longer requires noise. 5. She has a relationship with silence that most women don't have. This one is connected to listening, but it is its own thing. After 40, a woman's relationship with silence is one of the most powerful signals she sends. I am talking about the silence before she speaks, the pause she allows after someone says something significant, the moment she does not rush to fill. Researchers at Princeton studying communication and social status found that deliberate silence, the conscious pause before response, was consistently interpreted by observers as a marker of authority and composure. Crucially, this effect was stronger for women than for men, and it was strongest for women over 40. Because by that age, a pause reads not as uncertainty, but as considered authority. The woman who rushes to fill silence signals that she is anxious about the space. The woman who allows silence signals that she trusts herself enough not to need it filled. That shift, from managing silence to inhabiting it, changes the entire quality of how a room receives you. 6. She has stopped seeking approval in her body language. This is one of the behaviors most women over 40 have never been taught to look for in themselves. The upward inflection that turns statements into questions. The reflexive smile offered before she has decided whether she wants to smile. The slight contraction when she enters a room. The hands that disappear. These are not rudeness errors. They are approval-seeking behaviors, and they have a direct, measurable effect on how a room receives you. Amy Cuddy's research at Harvard Business School, widely replicated, found that physical contraction and upward vocal inflection consistently lowered observers' ratings of authority and credibility. The effect was not subtle. But here is what is important for this conversation specifically. After 40, these behaviors read differently than they do at 25. At 25, approval-seeking can be read as youth, openness, social warmth. After 40, the same behaviors read as a woman who still does not trust herself. The internal shift is this: she is not seeking approval. She has already approved of herself. And once that decision is made, the body changes. The hands become visible. The voice lands at the end of a sentence. The entrance slows. She occupies her full space, not aggressively, but completely. Number 7, she takes her ordinary days seriously. This is the one that separates the women who carry class from the ones who perform it on significant occasions. After 40, There is no longer any excuse for inconsistency. And the women who carry genuine class, the ones who register before they have spoken, hold the same standard on a Tuesday morning when no one is watching as they do at the most important dinner of the year. Set table, even alone, proper glass of water, a morning that begins before the phone, the grooming habit that is never skipped because no one is coming over. A study from the University of Toronto on behavioral consistency found that people who maintained their standards privately, regardless of external observation, showed significantly higher self-regard, lower anxiety, and higher ratings of personal integrity from those who knew them closely. The private standard is the real standard. Everything else is theater. I have a note on my desk that I have kept for years. It says the woman everyone notices is not doing anything different on the day she is noticed. She is simply doing what she does every day. Every ordinary Tuesday is an investment. And after 40, you have enough Tuesdays behind you to understand this with absolute clarity. The question is only whether you are using the ones ahead. Here is what every one of these 7 behaviors has in common. None of them are about performance. None of them are about impression management. Every single one of them is the external evidence of an internal decision, a decision about who she is, a decision that she made, privately, without announcement, and chose to hold. After 40, you have something that no 25-year-old has, regardless of how elegant they are. You have enough experience to finally stop negotiating with yourself about your standard. You have enough self-knowledge to understand exactly which decisions need to be made. You have the history to back everything you choose to signal. The woman who walks into a room and makes everyone feel, before she has said a word, that something is different. She did not become that woman at the dinner table. She became her on ordinary mornings, in private, on the days when no one would have noticed if she let it slip. That is always where it begins, and that is always where it is built. Here is your assignment for this week. Of the 7 behaviors we covered today, pick the 2 that you are not currently practicing. Not the easiest 2, the 2 that require the most from you internally. Practice them every day for the next 7 days without exception. Then come back and tell me this: I practiced behavior, and here is what shifted. I will be in the comments this week. I want to hear from you specifically. Before I go, I want to ask you something, and I want you to hold it. If the 5 women who know you best described you in 3 words, right now, today, what would those 3 words be? And are they the 3 words you want? The next video on this channel covers something I have been sitting on for a long time. I believe it is the one you will send to another woman. Hit subscribe. Not for me, for the woman you are in the process of becoming. She deserves the information. Until next time, to every woman watching, you are not here by accident. You are an undeniable. Act like it. Isabel.